Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Successful Woman's Mindset. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen, and I am excited to have another fabulous author with us here today, Stacey. Welcome, Stacey.
Hi, Galit. Thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
We are so excited about this book, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. So make sure that you jump on Amazon and grab the book and support all these amazing authors while you are getting to know them through the podcast and online TV show. What I want to share with you about Stacey is, first of all, she does have a last name. Her name is Stacey Shell, and she is, get this, what a fun title, Chief Luminary Officer of I, which we'll be learning a little bit more about in just a bit. What I'd love to do first, Stacey, is I love first asking every author, what does the phrase, the successful woman's mindset, mean to you?
I had to give that some thought. And when you asked me to be part of this book with all these wonderful authors, I realized that the thing that actually brings success for me, and I think for all of us, is our mindset. At the end of the day, it's the outward appearances, the accolades, all of that is wonderful, but it's really about our mindset that dictates whether we are successful, whether we're happy, whether we've completed our goals. And so I just love the title of the book, brings in the word success with the word mindset, which is really where success truly comes from.
I love that. I love that. So let's dive in just for another minute. For you, yourself, because what I love most about every author is they have similar but different explanations to what it means for them. For you, what does success mean?
Limitlessness.
Oh, you know how much I love that word. That's like my 2020 and my 2021 word. I actually use limitless, but limitlessness is way more fun.
Yeah. And that's how I feel about it. Success for me is being limitless. And
I know, but I like limitlessness. Don't change that word. It's way more fun.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Stacey.
Well, I was going to say, having limitlessness means that anything's possible. Yes. And so to me, that ultimately is success for me. So every moment, every day, if I'm thinking limitlessly, then I'm already living the life that I desire. And that's success to me.
I love that. And I should have said when we first got started that Stacey and I have been best friends for 12 years. So you're going to see a lot of goofiness between us. And it's just so much fun to have her as part of the book because she went from the corporate world to an entrepreneur. And a lot of the women in the book have done that, as well as we also have corporate women, which is amazing as well. So we'll be talking a little bit about that in our next question, which is the chapter that Stacey wrote and why she chose to write about it. And that's why I kind of wanted to bring up the corporate thing. So Stacey's chapter title is When I Stopped Shoulding Myself. And I'm going to say that again, shoulding myself. So go ahead, because this is recorded and some of this is on a podcast. I wanted everyone to really hear that word because I wanted to pronounce it. And sometimes when you watch someone, it's a little different. Stacey, tell us why this title, first of all, before we talk about anything else, and don't give away too many goodies. We want them to read the chapter, but why this title?
Because when I stopped shoulding myself is when I was born as an entrepreneur. I mean, without giving anything away in the chapter, I've been through college. I have extensive degrees. I was successful in the corporate world, but it wasn't until I stopped telling myself what I should and shouldn't do based on outside of myself that I truly was born as an entrepreneur and was able to give birth to I, which now allows me to be limitless.
So let's talk a little bit more about the chapter. We won't give away too many details, but you realize that, hey, I went and I did what I should do. Here we go, right? This fun word. I should. How much do we use that? Especially as women, because we're almost raised that way. And in society. I mean, it is what it is. We love living in America, but it's a society where we should finish school. We should go to school, college. We should get a job. We should get married. What else, Stacey?
We should have children.
We should have children.
We should have a retirement savings. We should go to bed by a certain time, and we should get up by a certain time, and we should be productive. And I could should all day.
Oh my God, I love that. When you wrote this chapter, it really was through your own journey of getting there.
Yeah. So in my chapter, I say use the word should 11 times. And you'll see in my chapter, I italicize it every time to point out, even in my writing, where it should just comes up in our vocabulary. And it sets a level of expectation for ourselves that if we don't do what we should do, then we don't feel successful. And I did that for a good portion of my life. I achieved all the goals that I was supposed to achieve. And I still wasn't feeling the sense of happiness and fulfillment that I was told I would feel.
Yes.
And so it's truly when I looked at myself and said, why am I not happy? And it was because, oh, these aren't necessarily my dreams and my goals. And said, okay, well, what do I want to do? And move towards that path. That's when I stopped shooting myself. And I found freedom within myself.
I know it sounds funny, but I kind of want to do an amen, hallelujah.
Amen. Can I get a what?
It's such a powerful thing. And a lot of times with women, because this book really is for women and all of our authors are women. So we're talking about women, and we also know about women because we both are. A lot of times as women, it takes us years and years and years to figure this out. What I love about this book is our authors range from the age of 29 up to 60s. And when you really read these chapters, each one is so different, but so similar because there's a journey that's been taken. Some of us figured it out later. Some of us figure it out sooner. I hope that those that read this chapter are reading it sooner than later. So they can figure it out maybe a few years before we did, right?
Right. But when they read this chapter and when they find this book, it will be the perfect timing for them.
Yes.
And you know, that's their sign to say, here are 21 women who did it 21 different ways, but they're all successful and they're all happy.
Oh, I'm really, really excited about this book and the impact it's going to make because of exactly what you just said. The idea that it attracted, because yes, I put it out there and I asked specific people to be in it like you, but the people that were attracted to the book are so different in so many ways. Age, race, culture. We have women that were born in other countries, religion. I mean, we've pretty much covered I already said age, but we've covered everything in this book, and it's going to be exciting. And what's also exciting is before you read each chapter, you're going to see a picture of that woman and read her bio. So you're going to get a really good feel about the author before you even read the chapter, which I think will be really nice because you can get an idea in your head of, wow, she's 29. Wow, she's in her 60s, whatever it might be in the middle. A lot of us are in the middle range. Let's go ahead and jump into a fun question, which I love to ask everyone. What is one thing that's fun or interesting or people might not know about you that you want to share?
Actually, so a few years ago, I started teaching myself how to farm and grow fruits and vegetables. And over the last several years, I live in a regular average size house in a city in California. And I didn't have a lot of room on my property. And I've been finding ways over the years to find space to build, to do my farming, building planter boxes and this and that. And in 2020, I finally decided to stop limiting myself and I ripped out my driveway. I dropped down 10 cubic yards of the best organic dirt I could find. And this year will be the first year that I get to do a full season of planting and growing. And I believe I will grow at least 85% of my own food this year.
Which is so much fun.
So excited. And watching them grow from seed to plant and participating in that, it's its own relationship. It's amazing and very
calming. No, I have to tell you, it's such a funny, it's so tiny compared to what you've done because you've really, how many plants do you think you're going to be planting?
This year will be 120 different plants.
Okay, so let's have a little fun with the last few minutes we have before we talk about your company and how to get a hold of you. I have this really little tiny garden, and I don't know the cubic feet, but it was about 17 bags of soil.
Mhm.
So it's not very big. And I get to go out there and pick my lettuce leaves fresh to put them in my sandwich.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
Like, not only do you know where the food comes from, but when you're eating it, there's like this sense of
there is.
connection and satisfaction to the food that I don't feel a lot of the time with my bought or processed food.
Yeah, and let's not go on too much of a tangent, but I have to share. I have to share that when I got started with it, which a lot of people did during 2020, was above ground planters at first because I didn't have the garden room till we made it. And I have to tell you, I probably failed about 50 times, which you know. So anybody listening, you don't have to have a green thumb. You
No.
will get it right eventually. For me, what ended up being what got it right was I needed this right soil and I needed to put it in the ground. The above ground planters were not working as successfully. They didn't have enough room to really grow. But total tangent, anybody listening, you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, for the 120 plants I will put in the ground, I will seed, 150 or 180 seeds.
Yeah.
So it's like everything else, what's meant to be will be, and what's not is just a lesson.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, I keep feeling my.
I had farmer's guilt the first year as well.
It was so funny with my kids. And Mom, seriously, you're going to try again? Yes, I'm going to try again. And I finally got it right. I have to tell you, the easiest plant I've ever planted that grows is mini romaine lettuce.
Lettuce is a hardy, any kind of lettuce is pretty hardy.
Yeah.
Well, and your bunnies probably love it too.
Oh my gosh, yes. We'll just keep going. I have two bunnies. Stacey and I have animal love in common too. So I have 2 bunnies, 3 dogs, and a conure. And Stacey has?
I have 7 cats, 4 chickens, 2 foster dogs, and 2 rescue turtles that I recently just released back into the wild.
Yes. So we absolutely have a love of animals as well. So it's kind of fun that I get to cut. Today I'll be cutting up the lettuce and feeding it to the bunnies, which they're in heaven. And I did this funny thing where I brought it in the kitchen to put on my sandwich the other day. And I said, it's organic. And of course, my kids laughed. Let's talk for a second before we tell everybody how to get a hold of you, how to learn more about your businesses. Just because IWI is not clear in the title right now, what it is that your company does. So would you share a little bit about that?
I'd love to. Thank you. So IWI is spelled lowercase I, W-E, lowercase I. And I won't go into this story of how IWI came to be, but I will tell you that what the representation of IWI is I am going to stand in my power and my strength and my success and my mindset. And you, as your own I am, standing your success, your strength, your personal power. And when we stand within our own personal power, we then create together the we. And so IWI is truly about each individual who comes across IWI, whether it's an employee, a customer, a business partner, that you are in your own power and we support that and we will support your creativity. And then together within that, we will create the world that we want to see around us. So in a short,
tell them a little bit more about the logistical of the products that you're selling and that you're working on, or even just what you're selling right now, just because I really want those that are listening that have really enjoyed our conversation to go look at your products and possibly.
Thank you. So IWI is a little different. You can kind of think of it as an octopus. It's a multifaceted company with many tentacles, always growing more. So related to the book specifically, my first brand was Inshallah Essential Oils, which you can find us on Amazon and Facebook and Shopify. I also have a brand, Align Gemstone Diffusers, which will be coming out in 2021. They don't exist in the world right now, and they are going to be an amazing add-on to the company.
It's actually an invention. It's actually a creation.
And I have a team that's manufacturing it right now for me. There's also the publishing side of IWI, writing books. We are in the process, not only with this book, with Galit, I'm in the process of writing a book for myself, my own journey.
Yes.
And there's some screenplays that are in the work, specifically a few horror movies
Oh,
that
of course.
have been sitting there in my brain for a while. So IWI, and those are just what we're focusing right now. We also, IWI has property in Egypt and is in the beginning stages of building what I guess we would call a sanctuary, or a spiritual retreat place where people will be able to go and take time to experience the other side of the world, the other side of this planet that has its own amazing vibration.
Beautiful.
So, and IWI truly is about, if I think I want to do it, then we do it. If somebody else in my world wants to do it, then IWI will support that. We're looking at an apparel line right now with positive sayings and
Beautiful.
affirmations.
There's
So-
so much to come. There's so much.
Yeah,
And I just want to throw in that inshallah oils are actually essential oils from Egypt.
they
So
are. Thank you.
in case anybody's listening, it's a really different kind of oil. I have it. I love them. I use them every single day, sometimes almost like a perfume, just because they smell so good. And of course, they do good for you as well. So my favorite is the rose. That's my favorite one. But how can they find you? Just tell us real quick, what name are you under, website, and also Facebook, so they can find your page and learn more.
So for website, it is IWEI.one, ONE.
Perfect.
For Facebook, you can find Inshallah Essential Oils under Inshallah Oils. That's also under Instagram. For me, myself, you can find me on LinkedIn under Stacey D. Shell. And IWI has its own Facebook page coming around in February. We started with a couple of the brands first before I wanted to introduce IWI to the world. So there's many ways you can find IWI, inshallah. Soon we'll have our Aligned Gemstones brand out there. You will also be able to find that on our website.
Perfect. I love it. And more than anything, for those of you that are listening and watching today, we want you to take a moment and grab the book on Amazon or any online retailer, The Successful Woman's Mindset, 21 Journeys to Success. Make sure to take the time to read every chapter, because you will learn something from every single author in the book. Also, to learn more about the authors, to connect directly onto their social media, please visit thesuccessfulwomansmindset.com. My name is Galit Ventura Rosen. Thank you, Stacey, for being with us.
Thank you, Galit. I really
Thank you for being
it.
my best friend.
I was gonna say I'll call you after we're done here.
I know, I don't care. It's my show. I get to do what I want.
Yes, you do.
I do. And thank you to all of you for supporting us. Please make sure
Thank
to
you.
watch the other interviews or listen to them on iTunes. We appreciate you. We're excited to share this book with you. And let us know. Write those reviews on Amazon. Please email or write those reviews through Facebook, and reach out to me through private messenger, just so we can know if you've been inspired by any specific authors, if a story spoke to you, because we wrote this book for you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Much gratitude.